1, 2, 3, let's go.
Wednesday afternoon. Oh,
by the referee. So that was and then, right. So from the same game last night, there was a name that we haven't. Well, we're on this side. We're in Spain, aren't they? But I haven't heard of him for quite a long time since his move, and he's Alexander-Arnold, Trent Alexander-Arnold. Yeah. Anyway, he played last night. He was there last night, but there were before he played last night, before we saw his name there, I was under the impression that he was looking for a move away from Madrid.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so you heard that as well. Now I was under the impression that he wanted to come back to Liverpool. Now I don't know how possible that would have been. I don't know how that would have worked. Do you think it would be welcome at Liverpool?
That's a very good question. And when you said he was wanting to come back there, that's the first thing that went through my mind. Would he be welcome back there? And I suppose there's two schools of thought. I mean, first of all, yeah, I did read before that the new manager has made it clear he doesn't see Alexander-Arnold in his plans. Right. And it hadn't worked out very successfully so far for him this season. And he's only been there this season, isn't he? So just over half a season. But I didn't know he was looking to come back to Liverpool. Now, yeah, how would he be received? I think there would be those fans who, as they all are, but Liverpool through and through, perhaps been there for a long time supporting the team, and they've seen him come up through the ranks from their juniors, etc., and he was a local boy made good, and he will be welcomed back by many with open arms. But equally, I think there's going to be those who say, no, he let us down in that last year. He didn't let anybody know what his plans were, what he was secretly organising with Real Madrid or whatever, however it was done. And there will be people who won't forget that and would say, well, you couldn't wait to go. Now you've gone. Oh, we don't want you back. So it's a very hard one to call that. In the same way that, I mean, it's slightly changing the subject, but with our manager at Palace, Oliver Glasner, who everyone thinks, yeah, he did a great job last season. We did win the FA Cup and he got the team playing as well as they've ever played. But then the way he's done it this year, he's contradicted himself, maybe not been entirely honest sometimes. And of course, the team has gone through a very bad run. I mean, so far, we're approaching March and we've won 2 games at home since August, since the season started. Now that's a sackable performance in anyone's language nowadays. But when he came out last week, when we were playing Burnley and lost eventually, we all clapped him. I did, because you sort of let bygones be bygones. It's sad that he wants to go, but it's his life, and so on. But we clapped. But of course, at half time, when they went off, having conceded 3 goals in the 5 minutes before half time, just a complete collapse. There was a lot of booing. Now, many of us don't boo. It's not the thing to do, but there was widespread booing, which was aimed at much as him, I think, as the team. And but at the end of the match, there wasn't booing at all, I'm glad to say, despite losing. But again, you can sense there's two factions. One who will support Glasner in this instance through thick and thin. Others who say, well, no, he's betrayed us a little bit. And I think the same with Alexander-Arnold. If you remember, when he left, there was such strong feeling. You saw on Liverpool's forums, on their Facebook forums and stuff, there was a lot of anger towards him for letting them down, they felt.
say hello to old Mimi, Dr. Gladys and Rose, 3 beautiful ladies who join us on our shows. There's one other bro, sometimes joins us on the show.
For letting them down, they felt. But equally, you sometimes got those who spoke favourably of him. He's a young guy, You know, he earns a lot of money as a footballer. He was a very good footballer. So you see both sides of it. So the answer to your question is we don't really know. I don't know which side would dominate. Those who would welcome him back as a good. I mean, equally they've moved on since he went. They've got other players in, and as long as I think that the wing back on the other side, Andy Robertson, doesn't really get a game now. He doesn't start many games. He comes on as a sub sometimes. So I think with the new players they've got, Trent might find it difficult to get back into the team. I think a lot of people think he was very good going forward, effectively being a bit of a midfield player. He could create things like a midfield player, good passes and so on. Maybe his defensive work wasn't as strong. So, you know, if they got a very good right back, Connor Bradley, who of course is out for the season with an unfortunate injury. But he'll come back, and I think he's developed. He's only quite young. He's 21 or 22, and I think he's developed very well. I think he'll be there for a long time to come. So Trent might have a job retaking a place he thinks might be his. So I don't think he'll go back there. I think he'll reflect on it and think, I don't want to go back and find I'm not the flavour of the month as I used to be. And I'm sure other teams in the Premier League will come for him. And it's not like Klopp, who I can understand not wanting to go to another club to manage. I think with the player, he could quite easily come back to Manchester United. I know there's a thing with Liverpool, Manchester United, but he could come back to one of the top teams who probably would take him. So if he does come back, I think that's what will happen.
Oh, yeah. Well, we wish him the best. See how he goes. What about in the England team? Do we still think he's
Yeah, it's a good question. I mean, he hasn't featured in recent teams, has he, for England?
Yeah.
And again, if he's not been playing much, that I think anyone who's not playing for their team, their club side, is going to be pushed to get into the England squad. And obviously, Tuchel is even now, I guess, in the process of sort of finalising, or he's got a pretty good idea of what his squad is going to be. Trent could be one of those if he does end up playing somewhere, or even at Real Madrid. He could be one of those who is in the initial selection, because undoubtedly he's a good player, but he might not survive when they have to cut back to 23 or whatever it is from 28. I can't remember now the numbers. It always strikes me as a bit stupid, really, to have an initial selection of.
Say hello to old Mimi, Dr. Gladys and Rose, three beautiful ladies who join us on our shows. There's one other bro, sometimes joins us on the